Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second episode of the Shenk and Addie Show. This is Shenk.
And this is Addie. We have two wonderful guests with us today. They don't classify themselves as comedians, but they're very funny and very interesting. So I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Ourselves or each other?
Whatever you decide.
Oh, definitely each other.
Yes, introduce each other. There
Maybe a true version of how you view the other person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to go first or would you like me to go first?
Ladies and gentlemen, on my extreme left, Tabby, a knower of all things and a sayer of many. I don't know. That's all I got.
That's pretty good.
To my right is John. He is a man of many, many talents, of much.
Yeah. You'll see 3 or 4 of them today.
Only 3 or 4 of them.
Drinking, already covered. All right.
No, he's a cool dude. We've been doing improv together for like 6 years now?
Yeah, I think so. Off and on.
That's actually how we all met, was Addie and I decided that we would do improv randomly one day.
Yeah. How did you come up with the idea? Was it the sign?
Would you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be more entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And so we were.
Oh, and not like complete bullshit
It's
the whole time?
labeled as it was labeled as like improv for business.
Yeah.
And then when we got up there, I'm like, I think this is just an acting class.
Well, it was supposed to
But
be.
it was fun.
So
was
what
amazing.
it
It
is
was really
that
fun.
the way that I structure it is it's supposed to like teach you guys like the basics of like how these skills can help you in like entrepreneurship, like building confidence, being able to like think on your feet. And the way that you do that is just by doing improv.
And practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really quick before we get further along, we also have a co-host with us today, our best friend, Sarah Bedford. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Do you want to talk about yourself?
I'm just typical normal person.
Sarah, out of your 2 best friends, out of your best friend triad, like which one's probably the best of the best friends?
Here we go.
Oh,
yeah.
I would have to say it's definitely a tie.
Oh.
I cannot decide.
We're just,
Yeah,
it's
but
equal.
very excited to be here. So
Oh, barf. So sweet.
Tried to pitch you against each other.
Yes.
Typical man.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
And then in the parking lot, I'm asking for money.
Taking bets for the inevitable cage fight that will break out during this podcast.
Yes. The room fight, cage fight.
Yes.
So I think we should first answer John's question. What was your question before we started recording?
Oh, no. Okay. So just to clarify, listeners, hey, America. So it's like, wait, how many viewers or listeners?
We
you
have
guys
about 200 likes so far.
Whoa.
But viewers,
Viewers.
2.
Okay.
My,
Like-
Is it your
my
mother?
husband.
You guys.
Like,
Her husband and my boyfriend.
There you go. There you go. You'll get there. I mean, just keep getting married and dating and stuff.
You'll find the right one.
That's how you start your fan base, everyone. Advice from John.
Yeah. So Addie before the show was talking about muklucks or
Mukbang.
mukbang.
And I was not casually talking
Yeah.
about mukbangs. It did organically get brought up, though.
This was an organic situation.
So I can answer. Why don't you pose the question?
Okay. Addie, what's a mukbang?
A mukbang is a video, typically a woman, rather busty, that will eat about 10,000 calories of food in like one sitting.
I think you made that up.
No,
I
that's
have
what a
heard of this.
mukbang is.
I have a friend who told me what this
You
is. I
eat a
blocked
lot
it out.
Of,
though.
yeah, you eat a
It's
lot
a
of
thing.
calories in like one sitting, and it's called a mukbang.
Or you
Trisha
just like eat
Paytas
food.
does it. Yeah.
I like how they've combined like polar opposites of things that I love. Like there's no reason for those. Like I want to eat a
Busty
giant.
women and food.
Yeah, but I don't want them. Like the food happens by myself. Like when no one's like I'm not talking to girls in 4 days. Like I can be super gassy. Like I don't want those together at all.
You don't want to eat a crunch wrap into a microphone
kind
while
of.
wearing just giant like, flour sacks.
Yeah, that does it for some people, I guess.
Be surprised.
Now,
To
Tabby,
be fair, that's not something
No,
that
what?
does it for me. This is Shenk, by the way.
Yeah.
how long have you been doing mukbangs?
I have.
Secretly or publicly?
Yeah, mine are secret too.
It's true. I'd say about 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm the one that actually started it.
Wow.
Before the internet.
So you're just rolling in those royalties.
Yes,
then.
I am.
Every mukbang video, do you get a cut?
Yes,
Yeah?
I get a
Yep.
quarter.
I get 25.
I get 25 cents.
I
And
can't
every time somebody says mukbang, I get nickel.
The word is so gross. Like I want to stop saying it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of that word.
Yeah,
Does anybody know where that's derived from?
No,
No idea.
I
All
don't.
right.
I know where the word bang is derived from, possibly, but not
What?
muck.
Is just bang stuff? Because you pound the food down? You eat it so hard it makes a sound?
You eat it so hard and it bangs in your body when you're eating it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe I have
Don't
that.
fact check this, you guys.
Okay.
Or do.
Yeah.
Or do fact check.
And then at Addie on Twitter
with
constantly.
all of the mukbang videos you can find. Just at me. I don't have a Twitter, but at me on Facebook.
Someone
Yeah,
else
can they-
named poor soul Addie.
Post them to your Facebook. Mukbangs. It's not like they're PG, right? Is it,
No.
Or do people do it naked?
No, they have to have clothes on.
For YouTube,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
for
yeah.
YouTube or for Twitch.
I don't know if I'm on the same level. I thought mukbangs were just YouTube videos of anyone just eating large amounts of food.
Like in a
And-
non-sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's more so the ones that I watch anyway.
The ones that you watch on the
Who's like,
daily.
yeah.
Koo's-
Turn the camera around on
I'm a
yourselves.
class-
everyone.
our cameraman Koo is shaking his head like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
mukbang.
Well, there's a woman from, I think she's from Japan, I want to say, who just like rolls her face on bread. I don't know her name, and someone will phone me on this, that like she just makes a bunch of money and all she does is just make videos where she just rolls her face on
Do you
bread.
think she had to go to like college for that?
I
or-
mean, listen, that's a skill on how to perfectly roll your face on bread.
Tabby, I can only write these ideas down so fast. Wait, that's like cooked bread or
No,
like dough?
yeah, it's like a piece of bread that you get at like the supermarket.
Just like a slice of bread.
Like
Yeah.
Wonder Bread.
It does. I mean, your face doesn't stay on it, does it?
No, but she just like rolls her face like
Like the Shroud of Turin, Jesus' face.
yeah.
That's what
Hers
I'm
and bread.
picturing. Like you're like
She's,
just
like,
full of like
making
this
art.
greasy, like poor, grease-filled bread afterwards.
It absorbs nicely, you know. It's good for the
Oh.
skin.
Oh my
Korean,
god!
Korean skincare, right? Japanese skincare.
And if there's any way I can cut down on pimples, I will give it a whirl.
There you go.
Somebody's buying bread after this.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and have to give this a try.
See you guys at festival.
Yeah. tap
There's
into
a
this
break,
market.
right? Can we run out?
We will be taking a break, and maybe we can run and get some bread at festival during that point.
Thank God.
Sorry, I just got to roll my sleeves up. We're getting down to business.
We're getting down to business, guys. So, we're just kind of like free balling it. I don't think that's the right.
Well, maybe for
phrase.
John.
Maybe John's free balling it.
Oh
But
God! It always comes back to the balls with you guys. doesn't it? Look, I have feelings too.
You're more than just your balls.
Yeah, I'm more than just a handsome set of balls. lady.
And this just took a turn. Oh.
That's how we do.
And what makes you more than just a handsome set of balls, John?
What are you
Oh,
about,
Yeah.
John?
oh God!
Let's get to know John, everyone.
Lordy mama. Well, I don't know what to say. That's a super open-ended
It's a
question.
huge open-ended question.
Yeah, I think it's cardigans is what it comes down to. Like I got a few good sweaters. I love Christmas songs. I love how nauseating they are. I listen to them on my own.
Okay, but which Christmas songs? Because I will judge you.
Silver Bells. Okay.
Okay.
There's two bad Christmas songs. One of them is that Paul McCartney one.
Oh,
It's like
Wonderful
over and over.
Christmas time. Yeah, that one.
And
what's
then
the other one?
Drummer Boy.
No.
Yeah,
The
yep.
worst Christmas song
All right.
is Christmas Shoes.
I don't know what you're talking
That
about.
one's about the
Oh
mom with
my-
cancer that dies.
Yeah, there's like this kid who
Sweet
it's like
Jesus.
it's a
He buys his
fucking
dying
song.
mom.
I apologize for swearing, but it
pair
is
of
a song
shoes.
about a boy who's really poor, and he goes to the store and he's like, I want my mom to look beautiful with these ugly ass Christmas shoes before she dies tonight on the couch.
Wow.
And-
Can I hear this on like I-98 or whatever it
Yes,
is? Oh, boy.
I'm not kidding. I cannot do it justice. I will say that there's a classic Patton Oswalt skit that perfectly explains the song, but it is horrible.
Yeah. How do you make a Christmas song out of
Sir, I want to buy these shoes.
there's just like bells in the background. They're like, "Badoom, it's Christmas."
Please.
Yeah, and
Is
then they
this
made a
what's
whole
the
bunch
genre
You guys
of
both
this?
know it.
We're just
These
harmonizing it.
shoes are just her size.
Yeah.
Is this a country song?
Yes.
Oh,
well,
okay.
kind of. They also made a Hallmark movie out of it. And I'm not going to lie. It's a terrible movie.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? But when I first saw, because I was like, always imagined when I was a kid, when I heard this song, like, what do these shoes look like? That like you're basically looking like Pigpen going into the fucking store to buy shoes. And like, I always wondered, like, what makes these Christmas shoes? And I saw them and I went, oh my God. It looks like you murdered a Keebler elf and then put it on a shoe.
Are they curly at the
Yes.
end? Oh.
And they have bells on
My
them.
heart
and they're
is melting.
bright green and red.
Because
They're
that's what
disgusting.
you want to die in.
Yeah, I want to be
Those
buried in
shoes.
Christmas shoes.
Yeah.
Can you put that in my will?
I'm wearing a pair of those underneath my regular
I love
shoes
that
in case I'm
John's
in a
in
car
charge of your
accident.
will now, you
He
guys.
is. Thing you
Yeah.
don't know is another skill that John has is he's a
Death
will,
lawyer.
A lawyer, a will lawyer. I
Alright.
don't know the proper term.
He's actually writing all of our wills after the show today.
Okay.
And getting bread.
Yeah.
And getting bread.
Yes.
He's leaving everything to him.
All right. Fine. I'll do everything. All right.
I do have a question for you, John, though.
Oh, look at her.
So what
dodging.
I've learned about you, just met you today. What I've learned about you is that you wear cardigans and you're a death lawyer.
Correct.
Can you
Yeah.
elaborate?
I think no. That's you. Like that is my Tinder profile right there. You said the whole thing.
Cool.
Okay.
Summed you up.
No. Yeah. That's about it. No, I don't. In reality, like I'm a dad. I have a kid. I'm not a comedian. I don't know why I'm here. Like it's like an arbitrary decision for his Saturday afternoon. I have a job. I'm a carnivore. Sandwiches and tacos are good. The end.
And scene. This is a
Alright.
great way to showcase yourself.
Well, it's been good.
What
Okay,
about
you can stop making it all about yourself, Tabitha.
Yeah, Tabby, why don't we? Okay.
Oh,
is,
me.
is there any D&D experts in the room?
Thanks.
Great segue.
Excellent segue, John.
Speaking of nerds,
Hey, Tabby.
So something to mention is that Tabitha actually has her own podcast.
I do.
Also,
It's not anywhere yet because I'm in the middle of editing it, but probably soon. I
tell
have
us
a
what
name.
it's about.
Well, what it is our first campaign with me. My boyfriend James is the dungeon master, and I play with my closest friends. It was a lot of their first time playing D&D. It was I was like one of the expert players, as was my friend Jake Pritchard, who's also in the show. And then it is my friend Molly Wilson. It was her first time playing. Megan Verbracken. It was also her first time playing. And then our friend Frank Riddick, who it was also his first time playing. And then later in the campaign, Alex Brandt, James's best friend, who is a veteran D&D player, joins us as well.
So if you were to break this down, because I need it for like a D&D for Dummies 101.
Yeah, I
Because
have no idea how
I
it
need
works.
to understand the foundation of what a campaign is and how
Sure.
you guys got to where you are now.
Absolutely. So what it was is that, so a lot of us, for a lot of them, it was their first time playing, and most of us are women on the show, which I think is really cool. And what it is that James has been a dungeon master for over 10 years, and he's very good at it. And this is going to get mushy, but that's one of the main reasons why I want to edit it so well, is because I want people to see how talented he is. I
Wow.
want people to see like how good he is and like how he's able to like just capture a story and like build it, because he's a writer too, and how he's able to like create this world and like do all these different things. And it's really amazing, like just for him, not for me. I'm just the meat tank that goes and beats everything and makes his life hard.
wait, are we still talking about D&D?
No.
Yeah.
So how does one become a dungeon master?
Somebody asks you, and then you read a book and frantically make it up on the spot.
Oh, okay.
I am not a dungeon master. I have run one game my entire life. I'm still in the, it takes a lot of confidence to be a dungeon master.
So is he kind of like God?
He is God.
Oh, he is
So
God. Okay.
the dungeon master is like are they like the facilitator of everything and they orchestrate how everything goes?
Yes.
So I don't even know like how to play. So how does the game play out? What does it look like?
Sure. So what you do is first either you create a character or someone else like will help you create a character. There's a whole bunch of different characters you can go with. You can just be a human. You could be a dragonborn, which is a person who's a dragon, which I was in that campaign. John is dying.
We're going to cut all this out. Okay, I'll
All of
start
it.
with the question again.
We,
So
we
how
know
are
you're
you
in the
looking
room,
then?
John.
We get it.
We haven't
You're
forgotten
here.
about you.
There's like elves and dwarves that you could be, and they all have like different things depending on what you want to do. There's a lot of different subclasses to that. There's like a class and then there's a subclass. And paladins are very like, I'm the big meat boy for Jesus, but also sometimes I can cast magic if I want to.
Meat boy for
All right.
Jesus.
All right,
Jesus.
let's pause on that
Can
for a
we
second.
can we get a recap? Not a recap. Can you explain what was it? A meat boy?
A meat
for
boy for Jesus?
Yeah.
So what it is so Jesus is not in D&D. They were all right in the 80s with the satanic panic. I'm kidding.
I
But-
can't tell if you're kidding or not. I'm just like nodding slowly. I'm
uh-huh.
like,
But there's a whole bunch of different like deities in D&D depending on your dungeon managers, your dungeon master setting.
I was going to say, it sounds a lot like acting and improv
Mm-hmm.
because you're assuming a role and you are becoming that person.
Yeah.
Wait, how long is as a campaign? Is that a game? Like we're getting together for the afternoon, come to my basement, we're doing a campaign, or does it span over like a bunch of afternoons? In my
It
basement?
spans over. So that's actually a really good question. A campaign is like the whole thing. Whereas if you're going into the basement to be like, hey, come to my basement and play D&D, that's a session.
Okay.
So this is like really interesting because what I know about you is that you graduated with, do you mind sharing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's basically what you do is theater and acting, and you do improv. Because that's actually how I got to know you. Was I saw you once doing stand-up at the Plus, another plug for the Plus. And
Probably
you
mentioned in every episode.
yeah. And you did phenomenally. It's like
Aw, thanks.
phenomenally.
Tabby, do you still do stand up? I mean, I feel like it's been years.
So the thing is like I do try to do stand up, but now with improv and my own like theater company and with D&D, I don't do it as much as I'd like to. I would like to get back into it. I know Cullen, again, a plug for the Plus. Cullen, you're amazing.
We love you.
He asked me to keep going up to open mic, and I would like to. I just need to find the time.
What show are you in right now?
It's a Wonderful Life
Oh, where's that being performed at?
at the Grand.
I've never heard of the Grand. Have you?
Let's hear more about all
Yeah.
of this now. So you have your own theater production company, you said, or
Yes, I have. It's called Speck of Dust Theater. We don't have a building or anything. It's just my friend Logan Toffness. She's the owner. I'm kind of the producer. I almost spilled everything everywhere. Alec, don't kill me. So what it is that we've been putting on a show every summer for the last 4 summers. Each of the shows that we've put on have been original like pieces written either by Logan or by our friends. Like the last one we just did, I bet it was The Butler, was a murder mystery comedy written by my friend Alex Brandt, who I also played D&D with. And it was really fun. We try to do a little bit different because where we're from, there's not a lot of opportunities for theater for like people to get paid. Like there's mostly just community theaters, which isn't a bad thing. But we know there's a lot of people here with that would like to be paid. So one of the things that makes us different is that we try to pay our actors and we try to pay our cast, we try to pay our crew and be like, hey, thanks for doing this. Like this is a professional setting. It's not much, but it's better than nothing.
so where can we come see one of your productions?
Well, you could go to the Grand Theater to see.
Okay.
Where's
It's a
that
wonderful-
located?
It's on Grand Avenue. In Oak
Hence
Park.
the
Grand
name
Theater.
Grand Theater. I'm
Oh,
sure.
here we go. All right,
Get
Sarah's
Disney
been
Plus.
eerily quiet this whole time. Sarah, what's your favorite Disney
movie?
goddamn movie?
Favorite Disney movie?
The wine goes straight to my mouth.
What is your Disney?
That's my favorite Disney porn. The one goes straight to my mouth.
Oh, hello. I can
more of a
imagine like they're singing
Nickelodeon.
the whole time and there's like birds and stuff and they're like, they keep shitting on me.
I was more of like a Nickelodeon fan.
Hell
so-
yeah.
Do you remember the game
Raider.
show? What's the one where they would like pick the note, like the giant noses, and it was really
Double
messy?
Dare.
Double Dare.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Wasn't there
Oh.
one with Temple? Like
Yes.
a
Legend
Temple
of the
TV?
Hidden
Yeah,
Temple.
that
Yes, I love that show.
Green monkeys for life.
Wait, is that part of it?
Yeah. They had the green monkeys and then they had others that I don't remember. They were all teams and they were like different Aztec animals.
Oh my
And
gosh.
nobody could put the fucking silver monkey together because it was too hard.
Oh yeah, I remember that part of it. I only ever remember the silver monkey part.
See, the thing is like that obstacle course you have to go through. I feel like if I were a kid on that show, I would cheat hardcore because they have like people hiding in there that are like, haha, I got you, or I'd be like, no, and find a stick and try to beat them, and then be like, I'm gonna put silver monkey.
I like
resort
that
to
you-
violence.
You've come figured out how you would be like. How long has it been off the air at this point?
Like 20 years.
Yeah, but if it comes back, dude, you are set.
I'm set. I'm gonna come take a time machine and say I'm 12. Yeah, put me on the show.
You can pull it up. Do ponytail. You got great skin, man.
Yeah, thanks. I'd have to definitely tie myself down though.
Oh, because of your biceps.
Yes, my biceps, my giant
Oh my
biceps.
god.
I would, I'd probably have to be like, I hit puberty at the age of 8, and I was born at age 6.
You know, this is okay. We were talking about this. Have you guys heard of that one story?
Oh, thank you for changing the subject.
So we saw this in the news, and this I think happened in 2013. But there was a woman. So essentially, she was a woman, but the family that adopted her did not know she was a woman, a fully grown adult, functioning adult.
Wait, like how old do you think?
I think she was 30 something.
Yeah,
right?
she was in her 30s.
But okay, so she has a
came
really
off as,
rare
like, 12.
form.
Yeah.
She has a very rare form of dwarfism. So it's basically the movie The Orphan.
I was about to say, are you
It
talking
is.
about the movie The Orphan?
But
I
the
am, but this
orphan
is-
came out before the story happened,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
potentially.
I'm gonna
Wait,
look
like
that
she
up.
got an idea. She was like, "This is not bad."
She's
No,
like,
look it
hey.
up. So in the movie The Orphan, it's essentially what happened in real life. So-
Spoiler alert.
yeah. Oh,
It's a
sorry,
40-year-old
guys.
woman.
Yep. I'm sorry if you hadn't seen The Orphan in 2008. I'm spoiling the end of it.
The
right
Orphan
now.
came out in 2009, and that story happened in 2013.
Yeah. So
Dang.
so essentially, this woman was a Ukrainian woman pretending to be an orphan, needing to be adopted, and so she was adopted by an American family. And over time, they started seeing like really suspicious behavior. She, I think one night tried to murder them or hurt them. And so they looked into it further, and the doctors that they would take her to deemed that she was biologically an adult. She had all the she
All the
went through
parts.
puberty.
All
Yeah,
the makings
yeah, that's
of
what
an
I was trying to
adult
say.
woman.
I was trying to say that.
Except for the whole being big and stuff.
Yeah, so if you look her up, she looked like a child, and essentially this family ended up paying for her even after she attempted to harm and murder them. They paid for her rent, I think, for a year. She essentially moved to Canada and found another family. She just keeps doing this to families.
I just can't fathom being in your 30s, much as I probably am.
Oh
and
my God.
And thinking, like, how can I get more My Little Ponies or whatever? Like, fucking, like wanting to read. Like, childhood was great.
How can I
Like,
watch more Marvel
yeah.
movies a day? I'm going to be a kid.
How can I grift my way into not paying for rent for like 10 years?
I don't know
So
what
sick
the
of
motivation
making my bed.
is. I think there was obviously a lot of mental health, you guys. But
I know.
so she ended up like getting her own apartment. This family that adopted her paid for her rent for years so she can be self-sufficient. Again,
Yeah.
she's an adult. Found another family that wanted to adopt her or saw her as a
Tried to
child.
murder them.
Maybe, but they ended up the original family that adopted her was being charged with child neglect.
Oh shit.
I know.
Don't you mean 35-year-old neglect?
Yeah.
That's what I said. It would be anything more of like
Maybe-
harm upon a person with disabilities possibly, but
Or-
it wouldn't be child abuse.
Yeah.
It was really fascinating.
That is pretty fascinating.
I think I made up most of that, so please, everybody,
Yeah.
Google
Oh,
the
are
story.
we're all making up news stories?
The ironic part is that the movie Orphan came out before that happened, so it's like it was like
She
a
got the
Simpsons
idea.
thing, like they predicted the future.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
You could get. I've been ever since Big came out. I've been looking for the Voltar machine or whatever. Trying to I want to run a toy company more than anything.
I can do it.
Right? If only I was big.
If only I were Tom Hanks in America's
Yeah.
National Treasure.
And what? The only thing standing between me and success is being the most handsome man alive.
That one thing.
That's right. If I could just get past that, only like the $1 billion. Those are the two, but that's it. Those are the,
That's it. Well, it's like, have you ever seen 30 Rock?
Yes, I love that
like
show.
asking if I breathe air. Yes.
Well, it's
Liz
like that.
Lemon.
Yes, it's like that episode where she dates John Hamm, and he wants to stay in the bubble
Yes.
because he's too handsome, but he sucks at everything. But everybody tells him he's good at everything because he's handsome.
Don't you think that Matt Damon was her true love in that show?
I don't.
His character.
Really,
Really, you don't.
I loved the man that she ended up with.
Wait, who is that?
Chris.
Spoilers. I'm
Spoilers.
just kidding. If you haven't seen 30 Rock,
It's the
on
man
you.
that will be starring
never
in the
seen
new
it.
Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I really liked our first boyfriend, the one that misogynistic asshole is always like, "What up, dummy?" Like, who was it? Was like
Mayhem?
Donnie or something.
Dennis.
Dennis.
Because
Yeah.
that wasn't true love, but that was
Who's
hilarious.
Mayhem?
Mayhem.
Yeah, Mayhem.
Was that his name?
No, he plays Mayhem. in
Oh,
the
he's
Celtic
the
commercial.
insurance guy,
Yeah.
Mayhem. He was in 30 Rock?
Yeah, he played.
He always
played
like had
Dennis.
a beeper. That was his thing.
Yeah.
He was like that loser that made her feel less lonely.
Yeah. And he also played the Vulture on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or still plays the Vulture on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I gotta get out there, man.
Yeah.
do.
Look at all these gigs that we're missing.
I love so much that you getting out there is defined by TV shows that we
Sorry,
Facts.
what I meant was I have to watch more TV.
Well, my friend told me she saw the new Mr. Rogers movie last week, and she said she ugly cried.
Oh,
She
okay.
says
Is
it's
it good?
very good.
with Tom Hanks.
Yes.
Apparently, there was an article. Tom Hanks and Mr. Rogers are like ninth
Yeah.
people related. So, like, Tom Hanks is somewhat related to Mr. Rogers.
Score again for Tom Hanks. That little
Yes.
bitch has been winning over me my whole life.
You hear that, Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom Hanks.
John's coming after you. He wants his career back.
Yeah.
John wants his
Could have been me.
Could have been you with Wilson.
Okay, I will not name names because I don't know if this person will ever hear this or not, or if this will come back to bite me.
Are you saying our podcast will never make it?
Are you saying we'll never
Wow.
be big?
Yes.
Yeah,
You'll never
yeah.
be Tom Hanks' movies big.
Where's my check, by the way?
There is an old teacher of mine who said verbatim, I would have had Philip Seymour Hoffman's career if things would have worked out better. And I went, okay, buddy.
He'd be dead today.
Wait,
Yeah.
I
Does
do
he
have to really
realize
say
this?
this is a shout out to our camera guy, aka also my brother. He did come up with the concept of vines before it became a thing. I'm not kidding. He thought of this concept of just 10-second videos, and it became a huge sensation. I mean, it isn't in existence now.
He could have been
He could have
famous
cashed out on those
before.
royalties,
You had a
camera
you had
guy.
a second time coup. They came out with TikTok.
Yeah, I was about to say
You had round two.
TikTok.
I got this idea for a social platform where it gets eaten up by Facebook. It's I had the idea for MySpace before MySpace.
I have
we
this.
should invent something that gets eaten alive.
Let's
by
invent something
else.
now. Let's pretend that we are like in a Shark Tank.
Yeah,
and let's come up with
I
something
have
right
an
now.
app
This is improv.
where you can only post when you pay bills to people.
Oh, that's
Wait,
a good
pay,
one.
what do you mean pay bills to people?
When you give people money, you can only post.
Oh, okay. So
Wait. So you mean like when you actually adult
Yeah,
and pay bills?
it's Venmo.
I see.
all right.
I have another one. It's called vape, where you just like get like a little attachment to your phone, and every time you feel like annoying somebody with vape, you just press your phone, and a spruce of cotton comes out.
Right, yeah, that's perfect.
We're gonna make a lot of money, I think, is what we're trying to get at.
Shark
right now.
Tank.
Yeah.
Come find me. You know what I didn't know? There's actually a lot of like good products that came out of fucking Shark Tank that I didn't realize.
Name
What's your
one.
favorite one?
Scrub Daddy.
Scrubby. No, Scrub Daddy.
Scrub
is what
Daddy.
is it? Yeah.
Is it a
Scrub.
sponge?
Yes.
That workout thing. Have you ever seen the thing where you put it on the carpet and then you like swivel your
Yeah.
hips? That's from Shark Tank too, and my mom bought one of those and then gave it to me.
I
never used
How
it.
are her hips? Are they?
Sorry, Mom, I never used it.
You sold it on Craigslist.
I still have it. I didn't sell it. It was a gift. I can't give it away.
It sounds
Hey,
like
at
a
least
winner.
it wasn't an exercise bike. Like fucking that one company with whatever their name is, the one with the commercial that everybody
Oh,
hates.
where his wife is like rail thin, and then he
Yeah.
buys her an exercise bike, and she's like,
it takes my life.
she's
You
like,
look the
I'll
same."
lose 5 pounds, I guess.
No, it feeds you cheeseburgers as you go. We need that.
We do.
How about more exercise equipment where you eat or smoke while you're doing it?
Do your mukbang.
My mukbang.
We need to
mukbang.
merge mukbang and workout equipment into one.
And Scrub Daddy.
And Scrub Daddy,
Daddy.
where we
So-
do it in a Hardee's
Yeah.
and fill it with a bunch of balls from a ball pit and have Guy Fieri chase us around.
Okay.
That just sounds like, like a dream to me.
What is our margins here? Like, what is the overhead cost?
All right.
All right. What's
How
a ball
much does
pit?
it
What
run?
are we scaling this to
How
be
much
at?
will it take to get Guy Fieri here?
Well,
Is he still alive?
yes.
Oh,
He is
but
doing-
barely, right?
He lives in Flavortown.
He's-
How is he?
He He lives in Flavortown.
Yeah,
Come on.
I don't. Okay, I assume that's like a slogan from a show that I'm clearly
He's
not seeing.
Diners, dive-ins,
It's not
and drives.
Fieri. I apologize. It is Fieri.
Fieri.
No way. Is it
Okay,
really?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's
Okay.
like when people tell
My
me
respect
like, it's
just went down the
pronounced
toilet.
Milky.
Is it, how did you
Fieri.
learn this? I've always said Guy Fieri.
I heard it in an interview that he was like, my last name is Fieri.
He gets like earns his first million. He's like, ugh, here we go. Like, it's called. Oh, it's Eddie Jo.
It's Eddie Jacques. It's
But I think that's the same thing that Ariana said. Ariana Grande.
it's
but
Grandy, isn't it?
Grandy
her
or
last name?
something.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So speaking of like saying things wrong, I will share a story about that.
Are you
That-
vulnerable right now?
I am vulnerable. So when last Christmas, I was searching for a present for my friend Molly and her boyfriend Arthur. And they're both big Star Wars fans and they also love board games. And I found on Amazon a updated collector's edition of Trivial Pursuit that was Star Wars. And I went, this is perfect. I'm going to get them this. This is great. And I look at my boyfriend James and I say, James, this is perfect. And then I look at it and I say, we can't get it. It's in Spanish. And he's like, Tab, what makes you think it's in Spanish? And with every single ounce of confidence that I have in my life, I say, James, look at the box. It says Osbro.
Oh my
Hasbro.
God. No, you did not.
Bro.
I did.
I wonder what that's Spanish for.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure it's a bro that has.
Yeah, right.
Wait, do you know any languages or any other languages
I
aside from gibberish?
besides gibberish and sarcasm, I also I can survive in a Spanish speaking country, and I got through.
I don't believe that
I
for a second.
did.
I don't believe that.
Yes,
for a
I took
second.
Spanish for 7 years. Thank you. I also took. I learned the few phrases in French to survive in Paris for when I was studying abroad, and it got me through.
So teach us something.
Okay, so in France, the one phrase that I used that helped me out a lot was "Je suis désolé."
And
I
means-
What does that
love
mean?
my désolé. No, what?
Yes, you do.
I am a
I'm a destitute
I love
woman.
desks.
I love desks.
I am a destitute
It
woman.
means like I'm really sorry.
Helps if you're like drooling and sweet
Yeah.
desolate. Oh,
How do you say-
desolate.
How do you
all
say-
interchangeable, guys. All
How
interchangeable.
do you
Yes.
say it again?
Je suis désolé.
Je
suis désolé.
Oh, that was really loud.
That was
Okay.
really attractive.
In
guys.
Spanish, what if you let's try to think of a scenario. Like you have a rock in your shoe, but it turns out it's a dried worm. How do you announce that to no,
Dios míos. No, but there was during a Spanish test one day when I had to like pretend I was being pulled over and like give like the scenario. I pretended to be the policeman and then I kept just saying like, and then they said, and my Spanish teacher was just like, God damn it. You
just like
You
real
ruined
they
everything.
ruin everything. She thought it was cute, so it was fine.
Well, on that note, we are so excited. I'm sorry, I suck at this really bad. I was just
Je
told
suis
again.
désolé. Come on, Shang. What did I just
I was
teach
just
you?
told just again that we're running out of time, but we thank you guys so much for being here with us today. We had so much fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had a lot
I
of
learned
fun.
so much about me never doing stand up. I'm going to keep my day job and my side passions, passion projects. But yeah, we had so much fun. Did you have fun, Sarah Bedford?
Yeah, absolutely.
You all did great. By
Sarah
the way.
Bedford, everyone. Last name.
Got the last name in there. Well,
Yeah. Find me on Twitter.
I don't have Twitter, Facebook though.
Oh.
Oh, Zuckerberg's coming after you.
Yeah. Hope you like memes with cats.
Hope you like minion memes.
all right, guys. Well, thank you again
Sorry.
for coming out here, and we will see you guys next week.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Wait, are you talking to us? You'll see
No,
us
I was,
next week.
I was talking.
Oh,
I was
this is
talking to the
baller, dude.
listeners.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our two listeners, my
I
husband.
I tried an improv sign off. If
I'm
it works,
proud of
let me
you.
know. Cool. If not, we'll just cut.